Click. Hallelujah. Go live. Oh my goodness. I am 10 minutes late to my own live, if anyone wants to join me. So yes, today is April 1st, April Fool's Day. Welcome everyone. My name is Jess and I am a thriftaholic. Typically do my shows 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, but my husband and I went on a little date and we didn't get our food at the restaurant until 8 o'clock. So let's just say I'm a little rushed. I was pulling up my weekly sales and then my stream key got messed up. And so I'm 10 minutes late. And my cat's going to continually meow throughout my live. I might have to let the door open, but welcome. I go over my weekly sales, any reseller news, personal life, mom life, whatever it may be, and say hello in the chat. Let me know what you guys are doing tonight. I would love to hear it. So last week, I believe I had a huge hiccup. I have 2 YouTube channels. One I use for like eBay clips. If I have like an animated item I'm selling, I will put it on YouTube and like direct a link, and it has like 19 subscribers. It's nothing I publicize, and for some reason I scheduled my live on that channel and actually went live. And so I had one person with me during my live, which is better than none, and didn't know the next day. I was like, why isn't this uploading to my channel? Like, what's going on? And my husband, was like looking for when I was live. He's like, you weren't live last night. Like, you weren't. I was like, yes, I was. Yes, I was. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I was logged in on my computer on my other account. So go to tonight and same thing happened. Luckily, I had pre-scheduled my live and So here I am. Welcome everybody. I don't have any notes, so it's going to be like a free-for-all today. So did you pull any pranks on anybody? We hadn't scheduled one, but yesterday I had discussed with my 6-year-old to pull a little prank on my husband. Not a huge deal, like not a huge thing. My son has a hard time keeping secrets. The other day I accidentally broke a plastic figure of my husband's that was up on a shelf. I pulled a tote down and I didn't realize these figures were like right next to the tote, and so they fell down and broke off of their like base. And I was like, don't tell your dad. And I didn't think anything of it, like went on throughout my day. And then when my husband came home, I ran to town and he texted me and said, hey, were you ever going to tell me that you broke my figure? I was like, oh, what? I was like, did our son tell you that? So yeah, my 6-year-old can't keep secrets, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Anyways, we were just going to, my husband always puts his keys in his hat on the counter like every day when he gets home from work. And so we were simply just going to hide his keys and then nonchalantly ask him like, oh, hey, can I borrow your keys to like do something? And they weren't going to be there because I'm always the one to lose things. He always puts things in exactly the same spot. So it didn't work out because we ran to town tonight. Sunday is Easter. Are you guys ready for Easter? Because we are not. We were going to run to town, and earlier this week I went on Amazon and was like looking at stuff, and the deadlines for shipping just weren't there, and I was too nervous. Hi Ellie, thanks for joining me. I'm sorry, were you wondering where I was at last week? So we were going to go to Walmart tonight. We went to Applebee's, and we went to Des Moines a couple months ago. And we ate, but we didn't like eat at the same time, if that makes sense, because we met up. And so this was our first time eating since the beginning of COVID, like eating out. We went to Applebee's. It took 15 minutes for them to just get our drink order. It took half an hour for them to bring our salads. And it took about an hour to get our food. An hour. And they were not busy, obviously. Luckily, we weren't in a huge hurry. We had told the sitter that we'd be back at 8. We didn't get our food till like 7:45, and we ate pretty quick. And it's the way the cookie crumbles, right? I mean, you just got to go with the flow. So here I am going on my own live, 10 minutes late, not prepared. And if you followed me before, I had kitties. Here's one. Her name's Lucy. Can you say hi? She is crazy. Like, she is like a teenager. She is constantly chewing on things. So I have spider plants. I cannot keep them looking healthy because she's always chewing on them. She chews on my plastic. She actually, guys, I don't know. Oh, I got to turn my screen off, but do you guys see like the little bubbles on my screen? So I have a screen protector on my phone, thank goodness. She will, like, my phone be laying on the counter or on the couch or something. She will chew on the corner of my phone and actually has ruined my screen protector. So I need to put a new one on. Like, she is crazy. So, Ellie, we had 3 cats. I got Lucy the same time I got her little brother. His name was Larry. Hi, Gino. It's nice to see you. And so, yes, we had 2 kittens. They were brother and sister, and they were like the sweetest thing ever. If you follow me on TikTok, my name is also Thrifting as my beach. I posted some super cute kitten content of them like in our Christmas tree, and we'd had them about a month, and then we actually had an accident where her brother got bit by my dog. And I didn't want to talk about it at the time because I was so emotionally upset. I was right there when it happened. Luckily, our kids were not there to see it. It was very traumatizing. And unfortunately, we had to rehome our dog. It took 6 weeks, which was really emotional because we had several people fall through. I previously mentioned I drove like almost 4 hours up north and found her a great home. And unfortunately, that night we did have to take our kitten to the animal hospital to be put to sleep because he was in a coma from brain damage. And it's like the saddest thing ever. And it's crazy how traumatizing those small little events can be. But gosh, guys, I don't know that I mean, I'm eventually going to get another dog like down the road, but it's going to be a while. You guys probably don't want to hear all that, but you're here for reseller news and some tips and tricks and what things have sold for me. So I want to get started that, yes, today is April Fool's Day. And so this last week, was it the 24th or 25th? I can't know because the 25th was last Thursday. What day? Thredup went public. That means you can buy stock and own part of Thredup, which is an online consignment store. If you're not familiar, I have a Thredup playlist. You can go to my page and see it all down below, but a lot of it will probably be inaccurate because I made a lot of videos over the summer and their policies changed in November. I have sent stuff in, as I've told you before. I believe I'm going to discontinue because I'm a lot more confident with the things I purposely thrifted for Thredup will sell online or on Facebook Marketplace. Let me guys know in the comments, do you sell on Facebook Marketplace? Because last week, I uploaded the video the next day, so I wasn't necessarily live on this channel, but I gave a lot of like my tips and tricks and I guess my opinion about selling on Facebook. Do you guys? Yes. So Ellie, so Flipe is also another consignment place that you take okay, let me know if I'm correct because I haven't actually been there. I'm just going by what I've heard, where you take pictures of things that you want to sell and they'll get picked up by a consignor and they will give you they'll give you a quote for the percentage that they will take and you can either accept or decline. Isn't that correct what Flipe is? So I would possibly use Flipe if I had designer or high end. Just because, is it the real where you can't set the price, they set the price. And I don't mind sitting on a designer piece to sell it myself, but I live in rural Illinois and I do not find high-end pieces. I don't even find Everlane, and that's not even a high piece. Like I seriously live in almost the middle of the state, and I'm actually, do you guys know Becky Park? She's like huge, right, on Poshmark and YouTube. I only live like an hour and a half away from her. So yeah, I think we sell similar stuff just because like I find mall brands, I find mature brands, I sell vintage because that's what I can find. So Ellie, yes. So if you are thinking about reselling, Flipe would be a great opportunity for you to learn what sells and what doesn't sell because you have zero capital. Isn't that correct? Because the items are sent to you from somebody else and you take a percentage. Now, according to a couple of videos I have watched, I believe consigners charge 50 to 60%. If you're lucky, you may find somebody that will do 40% of their fee, but I'm guessing most of it's 50 to 60. Okay, so Gino, yes. Before Facebook Marketplace even had a Facebook Marketplace, like when it was just like the for sale, sorry, I got a hair in my mouth. When it was just the for sale, like local places, I was participant in all that. And I did sell tons of stuff locally. And when COVID hit, I think in April of 2020, I started offering shipping because I noticed you could offer shipping. And back then it could only be in certain categories. Now it's in almost everything. And I prefer to ship. If I don't, I do like driveway pickup and they leave cash in the mailbox, so it's no contact. Occasionally when I'm running errands, I'll meet up with somebody, but I prefer to ship. I will let you know, if you're not familiar with Facebook, people will flake on you if you go to meet up locally. You want to make sure you have contact with them that day and be like, okay, I'll see you in so many minutes, or like remind them, because yeah, unfortunately. And I always get like the make and model and color of their car so you know what to look for. If you're not comfortable, bring a person with you. Like I stated in my video from last week, I sell on Facebook on my husband's old Facebook account. So if I ever would go to meet somebody, they think I was a guy. And I guess I felt safer that way. Also, I live in a very rural area, and even online, I feel like people treat me with more respect because it's a man's name, which is like so sad and crazy to think that still in 2021, but obviously it's still an issue, right? Even the way people talk to me, I'm trying to think of, like, they'll call me dude or bro, you know, because I'm on my husband's old account. But Facebook Marketplace can be profitable for you. Their selling fee, like I've said a million times before, is only 5%. Their shipping, you can do labels through Facebook, which I do just to save time. And plus, their rates are pretty reasonable. You can ship up to a pound for $5.50. You can ship 1 to 2 pounds for $9. 2 to 5 pounds is $12, and 5 to 10, now their labels only go up to 10 pounds, can you guys tell me what that one is? Is it 15 or is it 20? I'm drawing a blank. I hardly ever ship anything that heavy on Facebook, but okay. So now let's see. Okay, so Thredup stock, guys. My husband asked me earlier this week if I wanted to buy some, and let me tell you how it has gone so far. I have not bought any Thredup stock, and this is why. As a seller or reseller with Thredup, you guys know all of the crazy issues that company has had, and I don't think that just because they've gone public, it's going to change. So, no, I'm not going to buy stock. However, I think if you were into stock, it may be a good idea, because sustainable fashion, secondhand is completely booming. It is going to continue to boom. And Thredup is the only, now I think it's the largest online consignment website for like mall brands. There's tons of like the Real, Tradesy, like all of those that are usually for like mid-tier, high-tier clothing. But the most relatable for like day-to-day people that wear Target, Old Navy, Thredup is like the most, I think, relatable. And anyways, that's just my opinion. But I think as long as Thredup keeps going, anyways, okay, so I'm going to let you know. Today, their stock is $23.97 when it closed, which is April 1st, 2021. It looks like it has gone up 2.74%. It initially started out at $24 a share. Here, I'll show you guys the chart. I don't know if it's going to focus very well for you, but there is the chart since they opened earlier this week. And it's gone up, it's gone down. It hasn't gone up like, oh, sorry, my ring light. You can't see it too well because my ring light reflected, but it normally when you get a new company, for example, when Poshmark went public, the second day it was up by like what, 50%, or the first day it opened, it was up dramatically. This really hasn't shot up. Well, no, I'm sorry, guys. Disregard that. The chart I'm looking at is just for today. Apparently, you know, I'm not a stock expert, so do not follow my advice. But yeah, so right here, I'm reading an article 6 days ago that Thredup shares went up nearly 43% the first day, which is pretty typical. If you are considering buying Thredup stock, it's called TDUP, Tdup. And so it did go up, which is pretty common with new companies when they go public. Yeah. Okay, well, so there you have it. Okay, I'll look up my Thredup sales. Most of the stuff is like the money that I've made is like pennies. It's usually my kids' old clothes. This stuff that I was excited about that did sell, got returned, of course, right? That's how it works. Let me guys know in the chat if you still send stuff into Thredup and if you've noticed they still have the high return rates like they did in 2020. All right, well, looks like I haven't gotten a sold item on my big account since February 5th. I have a second account as well that I opened when they were not allowing people to print out or ask for bags in the fall of 2020. So now I'm going to check my second account and I don't know, it's not working. Anyways, we will just move on with the show. So, Patty, you heard some complaints about Facebook Marketplace when they ship items because if the buyer says that it wasn't as described, the buyer won't get charged and seller doesn't get paid. I have heard that from, I think, one person. I have not had that happen to me. I had a person leave feedback on an item that they received a while ago, and they didn't leave feedback till 2 weeks ago, and it's on my e-commerce profile for Facebook, so it's public for everybody to see. And although I'm highly rated on Facebook, this person left me a comment. I sold them like a vintage boot holder thingy that you stick in a boot so it stands up, and it was cast iron. It was a naked woman. I got it at an auction with tons of other vintage stuff. It had patina on it. Like, it legit looked vintage. I sold it as vintage. And the person said in their review that they paid too much, which I think I only charged them like $25 for this item plus $8 to ship or something like that. And they said that the item was not vintage and that they overpaid. So I was like confused. So I just messaged the buyer and I said, hey, I just saw your feedback and was curious as to why you thought this item was not vintage. And I let them know that vintage is considered an item 20 years or older. So even something from you know what I mean? Like from 20 years ago, it's considered vintage. And they said that they had one like this that had broke or something, and that this one was made differently. Or something. I'm thinking, there are several different ways that they used to be made. And I didn't argue with them. I was like, okay, well, thank you for letting me know. And I was hoping that they would, I don't know if you can revise feedback, but feedback in general, some people say it matters, some people say it doesn't. I will tell you as a buyer, because I buy online all the time, secondhand, I go to the seller's profile, and if they have a rating like on eBay, if their rating is, I would say 97% or lower, I will not buy from them. And same goes for Facebook. If they don't have, I think it's 5 stars. I think if they would have like 3 stars or less, I would totally not buy from them. So I don't know. Some people are like, oh, you guys are making a big deal out of it. No big deal, but I care, right? So, and then last week or 2 weeks ago, I think I told you guys that a boot jack, thank you, Gino. That's the name of it. I don't even know. Do they still make boot jacks? She said it was a reproduction, so it could have been, but I swear there's patina on it. And I have been around that kind of stuff like my whole life. I think I would be able to tell if it was a reproduction or not, but I don't know. I'm not going to argue with somebody, right? I don't even know what I was talking about. Okay. Anyways, that's that. On eBay, I actually, was it last week? I posted this on Instagram as well, that you can now comment back on your feedback for eBay. regardless if it's positive, neutral, or negative, which is great. So for example, I had a negative review that has since been removed, but a buyer was not happy because that I rejected their return, and they due to fit. I don't offer returns on eBay. Great if you do, but for me, I'm like a super small business and I just don't want to deal with that. So I don't offer returns anywhere unless the item is not as described. And the person left me negative feedback and said that I was like not trustworthy or something like that. And I called eBay, or no, I messaged them through Facebook, which is great because I hate waiting, like getting put on hold. If you need to contact eBay, why don't you try Facebook? Message them. I have gotten great customer service in a prompt time compared to calling them on the phone. So that's my advice to you if you need to reach customer service for eBay. And they actually removed it because they said, looks like it was just buyer's remorse. Yes, we will be glad to remove that. And they removed my negative feedback. But some people comment on Instagram that it would be nice for even when people leave positive feedback to say thank you. Something I'm terrible about for eBay is leaving feedback as a seller because you can only leave positive. And so technically I could say thank you, or maybe if I left feedback for buyers, they would leave me feedback because the rate that I get as far as people actually leave me feedback, I think is kind of low. What do you guys? I mean, what percentage of sales do you think you get feedback from on eBay? I think mine is kind of low. I was looking at my numbers for eBay, and compared to exactly a year ago, I am about 15% down in sales compared to a year ago. However, I have diversified and sell on other platforms, and so I think it equals out, if not making more. And I will share some of my sales. I'm not sharing every sale from this last week, but I will share some highlights or things that I kind of find interesting. So let's switch over. It's right on cue. It's about 30 minutes into my show, technically only 20 because I was late. I'm going to talk about Goodwill Blue Boxes first. If you guys have seen my previous posts, I have tried uploading a video from my last week's Goodwill Blue Box. I tried uploading it 3 times. Gino, I don't know. Have you been trying to upload any videos the last 2 days? I'm getting ready to call my internet provider because I've tried uploading, and it's over 3 gigabytes, but I pay for the fast internet, so I should be able to upload this video, and I've tried 3 different times. It will not work. Yeah, I have no clue. That could also be due to COVID. Ellie, what specifically are you talking about? I feel like I've talked about so much, I'm not sure. That could also be due to COVID. Okay. So, yeah, I'm still loving Facebook Marketplace. I make a lot of quick sales there. And Facebook Marketplace this week also offered, they changed up so you can renew your listings, which I talked about last week. If you want some information on Facebook, go watch that video from last week. But before, you would have to go and renew your items. Like after it's been listed for 7 days, you could go and click renew in Marketplace, and then this box would pop up and you would say okay. And so if you have a larger store, it's like very time consuming. And so now they have where you can renew all in batches of up to 20, which is a lot quicker. I wish they would have an option to do all, but they don't. You can only renew an item 5 times before you can no longer renew it, and you will have to relist it. But you cannot have duplicates, so you'll have to delete it and then list it again because it'll get flagged. So now I'm like going all over the place. The Goodwill Blue Boxes, specifically jewelry. This is speaking only jewelry because I have gotten other boxes and they're like, you know what I mean? Like I would not thrift items that they send in the boxes. However, some of them did surprise me and sell, and I'm actually going to show you, I think, a couple of items. Not very big profit though. Oh, sales going down on eBay because of COVID. Yeah, I was hoping that they would soar. I did have a couple of big sales, I think, last week, and because of people getting their stimulus check, their tax return, and all that. So, okay. So yes, I recorded a video today. I got a Goodwill Blue Box. Here is a ring I got. Now it's just a band, right? But it is platinum. If you're not familiar with fine metal, platinum is valued higher than gold. It's more durable than gold. It's highly sought after. And I believe the going rate per gram, because they weigh it per gram, is like a little over $34, which gold goes for about $30. And it's always changing. So if you sell fine metal gold or fine metal, you need to Google it and see what it's worth like the day that you list it. And I haven't weighed this ring. My scale is not the most accurate, and it is just like a thin band. It is marked platinum on the inside, and there is a maker's mark. I can't figure it out yet. I need to do more research, but that was probably the most exciting piece, which is really boring. I am wearing a necklace that I'm going to keep. It is a geode slice. I love rocks. We collect tons of rocks. We like mining rocks. So I got that necklace, and I'm going to keep this one. It's just very, I don't know, organic. I just love it. So, okay. Yes, the Goodwill Blue Boxes. If you know even a little bit about jewelry, it is very profitable. Your return on investment is amazing. And I feel like after having 4 boxes that I can give an overall really good review. And it's not like Thredup where it's kind of hit or miss, or like getting a lottery ticket. It's pretty much a sure thing at this point because I've had 4 boxes. And the most recent one I got was a lot of poles that did not sell. They actually still have the tags on them from Goodwill, and they're from 2019. 2019, 2 years ago. Came from New Jersey. I think I just told you that. And even though a lot of them is like J. Crew, I think there's a Chico's necklace, they still sell. I mean, obviously I'm not going to get like $50 for them, but I got some silver, got the platinum ring, and some stamped pieces that I need to do more research on. But if it's something that you're considering, go to goodwillbluebox.com. Every Friday night, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I have a playlist on my channel for Goodwill Blue Boxes if you're interested to see my reviews for each box. And I will be uploading probably 2 videos in the next few days if I can get my uploads to work. Okay. Now, let's go to my sales for the week. And then in conclusion, I will discuss, I guess, my personal life, my weight loss journey, and everything like that at the end. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the vortex. I'm going to switch my screens, and I'm going to show you my sales highlight, and I'm going to go platform by platform, okay? So I cannot see the live chat while I am sharing my sales with you, but when I get back to it, if there's any questions, I will try to answer them, okay? All right, let's switch over to my screen. Okay. Sale number 1. This is a super cute dress. It's like, I believe this was probably made in the 80s. It looked like it was like a remake of a 50s dress, knee length, really cute lace collar. This is absolutely darling. I'm actually surprised that it took so long to sell. I'm trying to think of when I listed it. I don't want to scroll down too far. I typically write in the SKU the date that I listed it, but I think I've had this listed so long that I did not have the date that I listed it. But it's been at least 6 months. I'm going to say more like 9 months. Really cute. I probably listed it initially too high at $50. It went into my 20% off sale. Buyer paid for shipping. Darling. I will show you the tag. It was completely washed out, but by the style of it, you know, it's probably not super old, but I'm going to say maybe 80s, but like I didn't even put a decade in there, so it doesn't really matter. So that sold for $40. Now, I told you before, I sell everything, and this is just a good example. I sell stockings. I've told you before, I sell medical grade items that I find in the thrift, whether it be stockings. I've sold knee braces before. Look that stuff up because it is expensive. I've learned it before. If you need something, go talk to your dad in the basement, okay? Remember? Go. And so you need to look it up because when I was pregnant, I had, I think, swelling in my feet or whatever, and they recommended a compression hose, and it was gonna be like $100. So that stuff's expensive. These were an older, like, can you tell by the packaging? These are older. I would say, what do you think by the packaging? I would say 90s. Did it say made in the USA? Yeah, I would say I could almost have sold them as vintage. So yeah, they sold for $18, but I like selling new items if I can pick them up at a thrift store for cheap. These were $2 and I flipped them for $18. I did have these listed for, well, shoot, I don't have the date down. Okay, well, I would say I had them listed for about 3 months, maybe 4. Here's an item I had listed absolutely forever. There were some blemishes on it. It was new with tags, retailed for $128. I have a really hard time selling strapless dresses. Like, let me know in the chat, do you guys sell strapless dresses? Because it's near impossible for me to sell them. This is an older style, but it was new with tags. I'm trying to think of the flaw. Did it have like a watermark or maybe oh, there it is. Is it a pen mark or something? Anyways, glad to see it gone for $20. And what's interesting about this is that it had like a customs form on it, and I always ship GSP through eBay's program. And I don't know if it went to like a military base or something. Chip Duncan, go. Go. It's my 3-year-old. We had a discussion before I went live. If you need something, go to your dad. Otherwise, go to bed. It's way past his bedtime. Holy cow. He's like a night owl. I don't get it. We got home late, so he's like out of routine. He threatened. Sorry, you guys are probably like, whoa, mom voice. He had my ring light cord, and he was getting ready to press the button while he was looking at me. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Don't you just love kids? Oh, sorry, guys. See, I had this already, and then like it's the my window, like where I stopped at, changed. Okay, this is not an exciting sale, and I did not thrift these. They came in like a denim box. I think the Thredup denim box. I got a 50-pound one, and it actually has been profitable. So the next one, I shared these in my Monday What Sold video. If you watched that, it was a lot of chit chat, kind of like tonight. I'm kind of a hot mess. I'll get to it in a minute. That's probably why. These look super funky. Whenever I see an interesting looking shoe, I like, well, I've only sold a couple, but like the Coil Z's, I think is what they're called. There's like a legit spring coming on the sole of the shoe. Those sell decent, or they used to sell decent. And then these were new to me. They're spring blades by Adidas, and I did have them listed for probably 3 to 6 months. I can't remember exactly. And they sold for $60. I love the color. Okay. Next. All right. So if you haven't heard, or if you don't follow me on Instagram, this is kind of a bolo. Mary Engelbrett is like a designer. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Her stuff used to be sold at Hallmark. Really big in the 90s. This one was dated 2000. And it was just a ceramic nightlight. I got this last Friday at Goodwill for $1.99 and listed it the next day, and it sold, I think, that evening or like 2 hours later. This stuff sells so fast. Now, it's only $25, but her other stuff goes for a lot more money, like $50 and up. If you could find a blanket of hers, it'd probably go for over $100. You need to look for, let me see if I can zoom in and show you the ME marking on the light. Yes, here it is. So do you see that ME right there? That is like her logo, I guess you could say. So happy with that sale, super fast, great return on investment. Next, completely shocked me. I pass on J. Jill like all the time. You guys pass on it? I always pass on it. However, this one was only like $2.50, I think, at Goodwill a couple weeks ago, and it was a size 2X. Had to get it. It retailed for like $130, And I was shocked when I thought I could get like maybe $30 for it because, you know, J. Jill just doesn't resell that well. I didn't think. However, this was a collaboration with Christian Siriano. Maybe mispronouncing that. But somebody else had this one listed for more than 80. So I was trying to be competitive, put it at 80 bucks, and it sold. I'm shocked. I personally, the dress I had looked like a tent. It was not very flattering, but that's just my opinion. The chambray denim dresses do well, even if it's not a well-known brand. Okay, here we have a Thredup reclaim. I think this sold based off of style and material content because these are linen and they are wide leg. They're very slouchy, but they look like they're, I don't know what, business casual, I would say. Really cute, and they sold for 25 bucks. Hey, I'll take that all day. And it was a full price sale. So, can't beat that, right? Here we had something I could have held out for more money. I used to be like a slow dime. I'm trying to become a quick, like a quick nickel seller, and this was listed for I think 30, maybe 35. I have only had this listed for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and it was just like a vintage nightie nightgown. Really pretty embroidery and lace detail. However, I will show you guys the nastiness. Now with vintage, there are going to be flaws. Like they had pinned in the bow, but there were armpit stains on both armpits. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is actual yellowing. And with my vintage items that I sell, I do not like to launder them if they are delicate, unless there is an odor. So this one did not get washed. So there you go. 20 bucks. I took it. I paid $2 for it. It's okay. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Here I took a screenshot because this is a bundle. These shorts were part of a bundle through Poshmark, and they are, what were these? These were Thredup denim rescues. So I have never heard of Empire 36. They are a men's shorts. They were modern with like distressing and raw hems. Now the thing I don't get is the company is called Empire 36, and one pair of shorts was size 36 and the other pair was size 38. So I'm hoping that they read the size and they didn't think that since it's Empire 36 that the sizes are both size 36. Yeah, I could just see like a return being opened, or return case being opened, but it's clearly stated those are a size 38. So I think if I remember correctly, each piece I had into them was like $2 or $3. And what did I sell the bundle for? I don't know. They got a deal, but I still made a profit. Oh wait, there it is. Offer price 30 bucks. So I made 22 and I probably paid like $5 to $6. So hey, I'll take it. Another, was this a full price sale? I think it was. Another Thredup reclaim. That's why before I was like, oh, I'm so tired of looking at these boxes from Thredup, but the stuff is selling. So here we have a Coldwater Creek blazer, really cool pattern, love the colors, $35. And I paid $1.50. Was this new with tags? Yes, this was new. Okay, this one I also featured in my Monday's video, but Sanctuary previously used to be sold at Anthropologie. Somebody on Instagram recently told me that they're now at Walmart. Crazy, crazy. I got these for myself, thrifted, of course, and I didn't just like how they fit on me. They look so cute on other people, but I just don't like the slouchy look. I'm not sure why, but on me, it just does not look right. So they shockingly sold for $25. They had so much attention. I typically don't pick up Sanctuary, but they had a lot of watchers on eBay. I had them listed for 20 bucks on eBay. I had, I think, 5 to 8 watchers on there. And then I had, how many likes did I? Oh, I had 8 likes on here, and they were listed for like maybe a month. Did it say what day I listed them? Because I'll tell you a date and be like, oh, I've only had these listed for like 3 months, but then I'll go back and be like 9 months because time goes so freaking fast. Okay. Wrong one. Here we go. So this is just something interesting I have had forever. It became not listed anywhere, and then I had to take new pictures. Have you guys done that? Yes, this is one of those. So this is a dead stock, which means it's vintage and it's new with tags. Garfield waist apron. So it's not a full apron, it's a waist apron, which means it ties at your waist. As you can see there, it did have some blemishes on, where are these blemishes? Okay, well, on the back side it had them. I don't know, but it's from the 70s. It's cute if you're into Garfield. I had them listed for $27. Somebody offered me $22, and I gladly took it. I think I got it for like $1, like a couple years ago. All right, so now we are going to move on to a vintage selling platform called ShopThrilling. It's shopthrilling.com. I previously made a video before about how to sell on there, and I have not been the greatest about posting all of my vintage items on this site, as I can't cross-post it. I have to manually list these items, and but they sell for Etsy pricing. They have a flat fee of 10% when an item sells, and they provide the shipping label. So seems pretty sweet, right? If you do decide to sell on ShopThrilling, you do have to apply. You cannot just automatically sell there. They have great customer service, and if you do apply, give my name, Thrifting is my beach, for you could get a little bit of a deal, or like no commission for 7 days. I don't know, you have to ask them, but there is some kind of referral discount, I believe. So, okay, this was a faded, I think it had some stains on it. People don't care. Bud Light shirt, fading. I think there was a stain that was cracking. Yeah, just a little white blemish. Made in the USA. Those are not my nails. Those are my niece's. She needed to get them filled, obviously. I'm a nail biter, so let's see what it sold for. $50, guys. I don't understand it. Go look in the men's t-shirt section, because people will pay up for some single stitch stained shirt. What are you doing? Okay. Then, and I think I sold 3 items on ShopThrilling this week, but I couldn't remember what the third item was, and I was already late to my live. So this was another dress that I recently showed in a haul video a couple weeks ago. I got it for $3. It was, I'm guessing, 70s by the fabric and style. Gorgeous dress. I couldn't even zip it up all the way on the mannequin because it was like a size small, and my mannequin is a medium. But gorgeous, very stringy. The strings wrapped in the front. You could also wrap them anyway. It did have some condition issues. There were safety pin holes on the chest, almost like they probably had some kind of brooches, like rhinestone brooches, originally on the dress. And there was also a loose stitch on the side slit. And I disclose all these. And this sold for $75. So, yes, that is a great return on investment. Okay, we are moving on to Facebook Marketplace. All of these items I'm showing you, these are just highlights, and these are all being shipped out. Okay, here is a, you guessed it, Goodwill Blue Box. So I actually sold this listed as an Oriental Dragon. It is jade, which is the kind of stone. It is carved, beautifully done. I have to show you. Do you guys see how gorgeous it is? Okay, so I posted this on Instagram as well. And it's actually not a dragon. I knew, I had it on the tip of my tongue, and I even researched trying to find exactly what I was looking for. And it's actually either a dog or a lion. I think it's a dog. But so cute and gorgeous. So it sold overnight. Like, I listed it last night before I went to bed, and I woke up and it sold. So on Instagram, somebody had told me that they thought it was, and I forget the name of it, some kind of Asian dog. And so I reached out to the buyer, and I said, hey, somebody had let me know that this is actually not the dragon, it's a something something. And she said, oh yeah. And then she sent me the Chinese symbol. So she knew exactly what it was, and she thanked me, for letting her know. But let's see, I probably had 50 cents into this, and it sold for 35. Now, I had this listed on eBay, I think for 40, but eBay's fees are like 13%. And so I take all that into consideration, and so I only mark this for 35, and then the buyers always pay for shipping. Okay, next, I have passed on Torrid like so many times. However, I will pick it up if it's like $1, maybe $2, and if it's in like new condition, and I will only typically pick up their jeans or dresses or jackets. And this one I got 2 Fridays ago for $1, and it sold for $20. And yes, this one had a lot of activity across all the platforms, and they paid $9 for shipping. And it was nice that I found a stock photo of this. I'll show you my photo. I flat laid this one. It's not near as cute, right? Okay, the last one I'm showing you for Facebook is a brooch. And I'm showing this to you. It's only $10, but this goes to show you, you never know what will sell on Facebook. I get probably a handful of brooches in each of my Goodwill Blue boxes, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't list these. I should just put them in the craft box. But you know what? They sell. I've sold quite a few of my brooches that I've listed, and pretty quickly. So this was a gorgeous color, very detailed. Didn't know the was not marked. And as you see there, I don't know what decade that's from. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, so obviously you guys probably know this, but especially with jewelry, I take pictures of the item like with the measuring tape out, so they see exactly what the size is, because with jewelry, it's very specific, especially if you're selling like a necklace. I have a centimeter tape, which this side is inches, but the other side's millimeter or centimeters, because then it breaks it down into millimeters, and the chain widths go by millimeters for measurements, and you'll want to put that in your title as well as the actual length. So, and that is all. I'm going to switch it back over to me and talk about my personal life and answer any questions if there are any chat. Where do you sell the most? Ellie, oh my gosh, it really fluctuates. I would say as far as numbers, probably Facebook recently, the last couple of weeks, but my average sale price is really low. eBay, I have quite a bit of a higher sale price. Like Shop Thrilling, the other day, I sold 3 items for like $175. So it really just depends. Like before, it always used to be eBay. And that's not the case now. It's really weird. Like, is your guys' streams of income, if you cross post, like, is it highly fluctuating? Because it's really doing that for me right now. And it kind of steadies out amongst all the platforms, but I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. So, okay. Now, I was just going to move on with my personal life. Again, thank you for watching. Please give me a like if you haven't already given me a thumbs up. It really helps like the algorithm for the exposure of my show. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Okay, so for my personal life, if you've joined me the last week, you will know life has been a little rough. Just a little bit. My grandmother fell and broke her hip. Has it been 2 weeks now? And my parents snowbird down in Florida. And so my sisters and I were trying to look after my grandmother. She had hip surgery and she's 91. And she did not bounce back like we were hoping. She is in a rehab facility. But let me just say, it's not looking good. It's been very emotional, when someone's just in constant pain. They've tried like different pain meds, and she's in a lot of pain, like a lot. And you hate seeing somebody struggle like that. And with COVID, she's in a 14-day quarantine, and so that ends this coming Wednesday. And so we have to see her through the window. And I can't be there to feed her. Like, she can't even feed herself. It is the saddest thing ever. I went and saw her Monday, And I was crying. It was like the worst thing ever. And I didn't let her see that I was crying, but afterwards. And so, like I had to communicate it with my family, and it's hard. And then other people see her and they're like, "Oh, she looked good today." And I'm like, "Really?" Because when I visit her, I'll bring her food or like a shake or ice cream because she loves, like, she's a foodie just like I am. And so watching her eat really lets me know how she's doing, like with her fine motor skills. And yeah, it's just really sad because she's been a huge part of my life. And I look after her when my parents are away, get her groceries, and we eat together at least once a week. And it's been really hard. I've dealt with death, in my family, but I guess I don't know, I just wasn't expecting it to go the way it did. So my grandma is hopefully going to have more courage to fight and get stronger so she can go home. But it's kind of up in the air at the moment. So earlier this week, Monday, when I was really upset seeing my grandmother, I've been talking with the staff at her facility, but so is my mother, and so is my sister. And so there's just a lot of people involved. A lot of different things are being said, and it was taking a toll on me emotionally. And so I texted my mom, and I was like, "You need to come home. Like, you just need to come home." So she came home. Was it the next day or the day after? I can't remember. But yeah, my mother's home. Hallelujah. So she is now able to physically see her mother and make up her own opinion as far as what's going on. And so like tomorrow I was scheduled to go see my grandmother. And I asked my mom tonight because she came over and she's like, "Oh no, I'm going to go see her." I was like, "Okay, thank you." So, like if you have small children, you're trying to run your business. And also a big part of my mental health this last probably 4 to 6 weeks is going to the gym. I go to our local gym 5 to 6 days a week, and that's how I've been keeping it together. It's really helped me. I mean, I'm really happy with my progress, and we've been eating healthy, and so I'm ready to focus again, just like on my family, because even just getting my grandma groceries and all that was taking time away from my family on the weekends, and also my business. I mean, realistically, because I work every day. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm emotional. Ever since I was a little kid, that like I would cry, and obviously I don't cry near as much, but man, when I do, it's like it just brings me back. So, let's see. We have a food subscription where we have fresh food delivered to our door. Originally, we started with HelloFresh, and then we switched to Every Plate. I will tell you from our opinions that we are switching back to HelloFresh. The food just tasted better, and you can pick your own like recipes and menu. So they have obviously different categories. You can do vegetarian, you can do what's the other one? You can do gluten-free, all those different like diets you can select. And we just did meat and veggies because we're pretty traditional. And we've been pretty happy. The last couple recipes we've tried from Every Plate. One we tried like a black bean chili soup, and we both, including my daughter who ate it, felt pretty gross after we ate it. And so I'm guessing it's because there was like a different spice or seasoning in the recipe that just didn't agree with us. But the food that you put in your body is so important, and something I'm still working on is drinking more water. As you can see tonight, I am not drinking water. We do have those big jugs of water that's like 64 ounces, and it's timed, so like it gives you a time of the day, and that water needs to be down to that line. I have to do that. I'm not disciplined enough to drink. And when I drink water, I'll put like the Crystal Light flavoring in it, or like the caffeine in it. I have a hard time drinking water. I always have. Like when I was younger, I would never drink water. But anyways, and also, so like I said, I have been working out. It's probably close to like 5 or 6 weeks. And I've lost at least 8 pounds, and I've gone down at least one pant size. I'm wearing jeans from last year and they're actually too big. I had to put a belt on. And so, yeah, I think I'll wait probably another month before I go clothes shopping and get some like cute jeans or shorts that actually fit me. And so, yeah, we have just been watching what we eat. And even tonight when we went out to Applebee's, I was looking at the calories, and it was so hard to find something that was low calorie. And so I ended up going with something that was like 2 for 20 something because my husband got shrimp. And so I got something that was like a deal, and it was not necessarily healthy or lower in calories, but I only ate a portion of it. So everything in moderation. I still will snack, but it's something very small. Or like I'll buy the 100-calorie snack bags so I can still have a snack and feel full. And so I think I've been losing an average of like 2 pounds a week. And so some of the workouts I do, I like to do the classes because I feel like I push myself harder when I work with a group of people. But so I started running. I've never been a runner in my life. I took track when I was in high school, but it was like not long distance. And this last week, I forgot to put my phone on vibrate. This last 2 weeks, I started running. And since I've already been training and doing quite a bit of cardio, just not cardio running, I was not getting winded. Like, and this is all new to me because I've never been in shape and ran, which is so weird, but just saying it, I haven't. And I actually liked it. It was really weird. However, my body is not used to me running, and I almost feel like I have arthritis. The tendons and muscles around my kneecaps and my ankles ache like a lot. And so I knew I was running too much. And so I think I got up to like, I wasn't even running long, like super long. I was running I think I ran over 8 minutes, and then I'd take a break, and then I'd run for like 5 or 6 minutes. And so I got like shin splints and my joints ached. And so I've been doing stretches and trying not to push myself as hard. And obviously I'm not running. I think I need to switch between the treadmill and the elliptical. The elliptical is not as hard on your joints. But yeah, I am like what do you call them? Like a gym rat? I don't know, but I absolutely love it. Tomorrow, the gym I go to incorporates Les Mills, which is just like a workout program. And the class I'm doing tomorrow is actually body pumps. So we do like deadlifts, chest presses with like a barbell, and you add weights onto it. And yeah, it's crazy because I've gotten a lot stronger within a month. Not only just like physically, but mentally stronger, like knowing I can do it, I can push myself. And my kids come with me, and so they like going to the gym, and they have a playroom. And next week, we are starting soccer with my son. We tried doing basketball last year through the gym program, and COVID hit. So he has not experienced necessarily like sports, and we are anxious to do that. We're from a smaller area, so we don't even have soccer teams in our schools, but they do have special leagues through different programs. And I loved soccer and PE, but obviously I never got to play it because I went to a really small school. So I want my son to be able to experience it and see if it's something he would like to continue growing up. Plus, the exercise is just huge. I mean, it's all running around a field. So, okay, I've had a lot of jibber jabber. I don't have anything else to add for you guys. My husband and I are planning a Des Moines, Iowa trip where I will go thrifting, and I plan on doing a vlog thrift with me style shopping where I will go into thrift stores. I will go into the Des Moines outlet bins, give you a little sneak peek there, like the stuff that I find. I have been there a few times before. We're doing an overnight trip, so I will be hitting other thrift stores, and I am excited to show you guys what I find. I really don't need to go because if you know me at all, I have a huge money pile in my basement, in my garage. It's overflowing, and then I keep buying things online to sell, so it doesn't really get smaller. Yeah, but okay, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a happy Easter if you do celebrate for Sunday, and stay safe, happy, and healthy. Have a thriftalicious day, everyone.